Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl valeenovarah again, and if you're seeing me for the first time, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much. Shout out to Chidima, shout out to Amadi, shout out to everyone that has been very engaging on this platform. Shout out to Owase9. I think I got that name right. I don't know, but if I didn't, please shout out to my new subscribers. You guys are so welcome. And so, guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the documents you need for your US F1 student visa interview. I have made a couple of videos over the past weeks about, getting your US F1 visa, what you need to do before, what you should do during, and, how to get yourself prepared, the reasons why people are denied. So if you have not seen any of those videos, just go ahead to watch them because I'll link them in this video as I'm talking right now, and you can just watch those videos after this live chat. So every Saturdays I come on live to address people, to discuss your issues, or even answer Q&As about studying in the United States of America. So the first part is going to be me talking about the documents you need for your visa interview, while the second part will be me answering your most asked questions about studying in the United States of America. So please go ahead to begin to write down your questions in the live chat, because the moment I'm done, I'm going to be responding to those questions. Feel free to ask as many questions as possible, even if it's related to this topic or not. I really do not mind. My job here is to ensure that your questions are answered. Okay, so moving on, I want you to understand that if you have gotten to this stage, kudos to you, congratulations, because it's not easy. I know people are at this point, some people are still trying to find admission and things like that, but you are now at the point where you are about to go for your interview, so you're doing a great job, so congratulations. So I'm going to break the documents down in categories and sessions. I see that 2 persons are watching me right now. If you're here, can you please comment in the live chat so I can know that you're here and I can give you a shout out, please. Shout out to Taylor Fola. Thank you guys so much. So the first category of documents that you need are the documents that you applied with, your application documents. By that, I mean the documents that you applied for your US visa interview with. So you need those documents, and these documents are your DS-160 form, your DS-160 confirmation printout. You need to have those with you. You need to have your service fee receipt. You know what that service fee means, because for an international student, you need to have that on you. You need to have your appointment printout. Guys, you need to ensure, because you cannot just go for that appointment and you don't have the printout, because it's a lot of hurdle from the moment you get to the embassy. You're going to be moving from one department to the other, and you need to have those things with you. Otherwise, you're not going to be allowed entry into the premises. Okay, and you also need to have your I-20 with you, and your I-20, of course, is something that you're going to receive from your college or your university. So ensure you have those items with you. These are the items you need for the application category. So now we're going to move on to the personal identification categories. Okay, for that category, you need, particularly, first things first, you need your passport. Shout out to Kendra Jumbo, who's here. Shout out to you. I see you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. For your you need your international passport. And remember, in my last video where I was talking about the things you need to carry with you to the airport, like the things you should pack when coming to the USA, I mentioned that if you have 2 international passports, if you have an old passport that already expired, then you need to go with that old one, the expired one, and go with the updated passport. So you need that with you. You also need your birth certificates. Now, it's important, and in case you don't have you don't even have a certificate right now, ensure that you get one, because it's important. And the name on that certificate is the same thing that tallies with the name on your other documents. Is very, very important. The next thing that you need is your driver's license. Now, I know that some people will be like, is this really important? It's a means of identification, and it's very valid, and if you have one, please go with it. If you have an international driver's license, go with it. But if you don't have any, you don't have to stress yourself over such documentation. The next thing that you need to have with you is your passport photographs. Now, there is a specification for the kind of photograph that you need. I think it's 50 by 50, so it's square shaped, and it's all sides are equal. So you need to figure the size out. I don't know if it's changed or anything, but please confirm what the specifications are and ensure that you go with your passport. Go with as many as possible because you don't want to hear stories as touch, and have one with you and have one in your clear bag. Okay, the next thing that you need to have with you, which is under the category for personal identification, is your resume. Now you need to ensure that you have your resume with you. I know most times you don't really think it's important, but it's important. You rather have all of these things with you than not having any at all. So guys, as I'm talking about these things, and if you're just joining us for the first time, kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. And please continue to drop your live questions in the live chat because I'm going to be answering them once I'm done listing out documents for your US F1 student visa interview. Okay. So thank you. Somebody just liked, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. So the next category of documents that you'll be needing are the documents for your education. By this, what kind of English am I speaking? By this, I mean the documents like from if you've graduated, if you're going for your master's program. So you need your documents from your bachelor's. So you need your, first of all, you need the admission letter from that school. That is important. If you apply to a uni, if you apply to a college, you need those documentation. You need it. You need a printout of the congratulation messages that you received from your uni. You need that as well. You need your I-20 from, I know I mentioned, having your I-20 in the category for your application, but you also need it. So having it is not going to kill you. Just know that you need your I-20 in the category for your educational documents. You also need the documentation for any college or university that you applied earlier and got a reject or an admit. So let's say you applied to 5 schools, yeah, and 3 schools gave you admission. You need those documentations. And if 2 of those schools gave you like a reject, you need those documentations with you. Please don't say, oh, because this school did not accept me, then I don't have to go with the documentation. No, it's very important because when they ask you those questions, they already know. So you need to be able to back these things up. Okay. So the next thing that you need are your scholarship or financial aid letter. So if a university has offered to give you a scholarship, whether it's like whether it's a full ride scholarship or half scholarship, part scholarship or anything like that, you need those documentations with you because you don't want to, because when they're asking you questions regarding finance and anything like that, they would require those documentations. So it's very important. You also need your initial deposit. Let me tell you one of the things that really helped me when I was going for my interview. I went with my my sponsor had gone ahead to make an initial deposit. So that was one of the key things that helped me, So when I got there and then they were asking me about my sponsor, I was like, this is who my sponsor is. And he has already gone ahead to make an initial deposit to my school. And they were like, oh, do you have the document? I was like, yes. And I tendered it to them. And, they were really impressed because most times we go to the embassy and then we feel like, oh, I have this person as my sponsor. But the only thing that can actually tie you and that person to really make them understand that really this person is willing and able to sponsor you is seeing some form of investment, some form of commitment from your sponsor, which is very important. So some schools might not require you to make an initial deposit, but for your own good, it's going to help you at the embassy. So if your sponsor can make an initial deposit before your US visa interview, please make that initial deposit and go with that what am I saying? And go with that certificate to the embassy. The next thing that you need to go with to the embassy is and the other area is like if they've given you financial aid, you need to go with those documentations. And if you've taken loan, let's say you took loan, for any reason, you need to also go with that documentation. The next thing that you need to go with is your email conversation with any professor or university official. So if you have had a conversation, if you have reached out to any professor saying, oh, this is who I am, I'm coming to the university, I would like to work with you or anything like that, as far as it's tied to that school, if you have even reached out to like the international office or anything like that, have those documentations with you because it's going to show that you actually did some research, you actually, made an effort and you know what you're talking about. So that is also very important. The next thing that you need to have with you is any application letter that you sent to the school. For instance, you sent your statement of purpose, your letters of recommendation, anything like that. you need it with you. Ensure that you have that with you, and go to the embassy with those documentations. You also need your relevant standard scores. By this I mean your TOEFL, your GRE. You need those scores printed out, the original copy, the colored one. You can also have like photocopies, but you need those documentations to the embassy. The next thing you need under the educational sector, please, you need to have your transcript with you. It is very, very important. Don't miss that out for anything. So which is why when you're watching this video, please take out time to like write these things down, and be ticking them as you keep them separate. All right, because it's going to help you. The next thing that you need to have with you is your list of professors. These are like miscellaneous. It's not necessarily important, but you need to have them with you, because if they ask you or more anything about them. It's very important in that regard. Then if you are somebody that has like some sort of work experience, like you already feel you are working, and your organization or your company is sponsoring you, these are the kind of documents you need to have with you as well. So they are additional documents to the other documents I've already mentioned. All right. So you need to have your experience letter. So if, for instance, you resign because you are now traveling out, you need to have that letter of experience with you. You need to have your employment letter duly signed by your company, your boss, or anything like that. You need to have that. They need to know that this is where you're working. All right. Then you need to have your salary slips, your paychecks, all those things that shows you're tied to that particular organization, and any tax returns that might be required by the embassy. You need to have that with you as well. Now, to the most important documents that you should have with you. These are documents that have to do with like your sponsors documents, your finance documents, your personal finance documentation. This is the area. These are the things that you need to have with you when it comes to your finances. So I'm going to break them down. One will be like for your sponsors, and one will be like for yourself. So what documentation should you have with you when it comes to like finance in terms of your sponsor? What are the documents that your sponsor should give to you, which you are supposed to take to the embassy? The first thing is your affidavit of support from your sponsor. Your sponsor needs to fill that form, sign it, and even swear an affidavit that is going to be your sponsor, and you need to go with that documentation. You need to go with his bank statement, which should be at least 6 months, behind. So if you're going, let's say your visa interview is in June, you need to have like his bank statement from January to June, or January to July, at least 6 months. So that is the most important thing. You need it. Then the next thing that you need to go with are your, credit card statement. If he has a credit card, you need to go with that. If he has properties, for me, I went with his properties, his documentation. I went with What is wrong with me today? I went with his, not only his bank statement, but his properties. Not like he gave me all his properties. No, he gave me like one. That one was more than enough to cover. So I didn't need more. I took that one, and I took his bank statement as well. You need to go with his salary or paycheck. Like if he's working somewhere, if he's not a business person, if he's working for somebody, then you need to also go with those paycheck to help build your case. If he has a fixed deposit, also go with it. It's not important, because I didn't go with his fixed deposit. I only went with like his bank statement and his property listing. Okay, then if he has stocks or bonds, those are like peripherals, but the more documentation your sponsor can give to you, the better your chances are. Okay, then if he has a business, then you need to go with his balance sheets. Anything that would tie him to the ownership of that business, or any proof that would help build your case. So proof of business ownership, you need that. So for your personal finance documentation, in case maybe you're sponsoring yourself or anything like that, you're working or anything like that, you need to go with your own personal bank statement. You need to go with either your passbooks, your salary slips, anything that can show that you have money in your bank account that is enough to sponsor your US journey, or your Canada journey, or anything like that. And you need to go with your fixed deposits if you have made any deposit in the past. Go with such documentations, and also go with your tax returns if it's applicable, if it's needed. Go with anything that is going to help you. You rather have all of these documents and then they don't ask you for them, versus not having them with you and they ask you for them and you're like, So that is really going to be very distracting, and it's going to not help your case in any way. See, as you're watching this video and you haven't, subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications bell on, so you're the first to get notified whenever I upload my content. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the live chat. Drop as many questions as possible. They don't have to be related to, like, the documentations you need for your US visa interview. Just drop the questions. As far as it's regarding studying abroad, drop those questions and I'm going to answer those questions the moment I'm done, talking about the theme for today's video. So, those are the things that you need for family finance documentation. You need, maybe your parents are the ones sponsoring you. You need the bank statement of your father or your mother or your uncle or your brother or anything like that. You need their pay slips, their salary slips, their fixed deposit if they have any, landed properties if they have any, and tax returns if it's applicable. So you need to ensure that you have these items with you. And I think that's pretty much all you need for your visa documentation interview, checklist. But most importantly, you need to ensure that you have all of these things in original copies and a few photocopies. Go have a file, a clear bag for the original copies separate, and then have another clear bag for, like, two photocopies, because you never know, and go with them. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's important. Please don't say, oh, because I'm going for this interview, then I don't need to go with my original documentations. Auntie, uncle, I'm talking to you. Go with your original documents. Even the one from your sponsors, they have to be original. The bank statement must be signed and have the letter headed of the bank there. So everything must be original. Then you can go with a copy or two of photocopies. I have a question from Taylor Fola, and I hope I'm calling your name right. I'm so sorry. Your question is, for the bank statement, I heard it should be twice the tuition fee. Is this true? Now, the bank statement, this is a very good question. So thank you for asking. The bank statement itself is not something that you really must have, like it has to be times two. If you have that, it will definitely help you. It will, build your case. But all that is required really is the a bank statement that covers your living expenses and your tuition for the first year. And when that is why you need to go with your I-20. Your I-20 will tell you the estimated expenses for your first year. They're going to include your tuition for the first year, and then they're going to also include your living expenses for the first year. So you're going to have, maybe, if they say in that I-20 that it's about $40,000, ensure that your bank statement has that, at least that $40,000. But if you can have times two of it, good and fine. So, but that's how it should be. But if you don't have times two, then you're also okay. But ensure that you have, like, that first year money, equivalent of that money in your bank statement. It's, and it's very important. And another thing is, let your sponsor go ahead to make an initial deposit. Even if it's $1,000, go ahead and make that initial deposit from his account with his name, so that it will reflect, and you can go with that initial deposit documentation to the embassy. It would definitely, I think it was one of the key reasons that they were like, bam, bam, bam. They just stamped my visa and I got it, and that's it, in less than 3 minutes. I also have a video where I talked about it in detail. If you have not seen that video, please watch that video so you can see my personal experience, how it was like, what I did, what I didn't do, and the things that you can learn from my own story. Okay, is there any question that you would want for me to answer? Because I'm, pretty much done with the documentations you need for your visa interview at the embassy. So what other questions do you have for me? I have 4 people watching me right now. Please, can you let me know who you are in the live chat so I can give you a shout out? Where is everybody? I didn't see my people today. What's going on? If you have any question, let me know in the live chat. I'm going to give a couple of minutes, and that would be What other questions, study abroad questions, do you have? What other issues are bothering you? What would you like for me to answer? What one question have you been wanting somebody to help you, understand or even answer, and then they have not answered that question? Let me know. If you're just joining us, I already talked about the documentations you need for your US visa interview. I'm done with that. So this is the hangout session with Valine. So if you have any question, let me know right now and I'll answer that question live. So let's get to it. We have 6 people right now. So please let me know who you are in the live chat so I can give you a shout out, and please drop your questions. I'm really feeling what's going on today. What's happening? Where are my people? Where are my warriors? What's going on? If you don't have any questions, then it's okay. I can actually end the live. This will be like the shortest live I've ever had, which is strange because usually my Saturday, what's wrong with me today? My Saturday lives are usually like 1 hour long, but this is just 20 minutes already. So if you don't have any questions, you're good, then it's good for me so that I can get ready because I'm vlogging today. I have so much to do today and I need to go shower and, do some makeup. Another question, Taylor, what trick do you suggest to prevent yourself from being nervous in the interview? One of the tricks I'd say is rehearsals. You can never get enough rehearsals, and which is why the people in my Telegram group, I have also let them know that I'd help them with a virtual mock visa interview. So if you're not in that Telegram group, I would suggest that you join because it's going to help you. We have one-on-one sessions. I guide people one-on-one. And I also, schedule like that mock interview for you. The thing is, you might have some, like, an accountability partner, which is what I mentioned in my video about the things you should do before your interview. But the person might not have that experience and might not know how to actually go about um, asking you questions. The person might be, you know, just play around it. Oh, they'll be asking you questions sequentially, But what I'll do is just pretty much do the same thing that a consular officer would do for you, like, for free actually. So utilize it. Join that Telegram group and, schedule an appointment with me, and I'll have a mock live interview session with you, and we can walk around what you can do to be better, what you can improve on, and how to build your self-confidence. But most importantly, I say rehearsal is very key, and preparations. Like, I've had a couple of I have 2 people right now that they've gone for their interview, but they were denied. So I'm going to have them once I'm done having my virtual mock interview session with them. I'm going to have a live session with them as well. So they'll share their experiences, what they did. One thing that is critical that I have learned from these people is that they were not prepared. And they were just so nervous that they forgot to, all the things that they had rehearsed, they had learned, it just went off. And they were dressed wrongly. So the things I have said in my videos are very helpful. I don't know if you're just new here, you're just finding me for the first time, which is good and fine. But now that you have found me, take a step further to join my Telegram group so that you have a one-on-one, session with me for free, of course, for now, and utilize it and become better. The truth is, you also need, being in a community of like-minded people looking for the same thing as you is also very helpful, because other aspiring international students are helping one another in that group as well. So I'll say one thing to work around your nervousness is to rehearse as much as possible, and have someone who understands the process guide you, and do like an interview with you as well. That would definitely help you. Okay, but the truth is, you would definitely be nervous. I was nervous, but I was already ready to not be thrown off balance, because if you woke me up and ask me any question, I will talk about it from my heart. So it wasn't like I crammed anything, which is why most people get it wrong. They go and cram these things and it doesn't sound natural. It sounds rehearsed. While rehearsal is very important, I mentioned in one of my videos the things that you should do before you go for your visa interview. I mentioned that rehearse to know, don't rehearse to pass, because rehearsing to pass might come off as, too mechanical. You are not genuine, you're not real. But rehearsing to know will make you sound original and real, and it will make you own your responses, in a way that even when you're asked any question, you might say it differently from what you had even written down in your book, in your journal, but you're passing the message and it will reflect to the consular officer. The next question I have is from Annie Edwin. Thank you for this question. Hi, Auntie Valine. I'm Annie. I want to know if I'm applying up to 6 or 7 schools, getting letters of recommendation, how do I go about it? Okay, so if you're someone who has applied to, let's say, like, Annie here, who has applied to like 7 schools, how do you get your letters of recommendation? This is a very good question because we don't really talk about, letters of recommendation. For me, it was very hard for me to get my letters of recommendation. Um, my professors were very busy. You know how the Nigerian system is, very busy. Director here, director there. Hi, Ruth. Welcome to our live chat. Very busy. So it was really hard. At some point, I was actually the one that went to the office and was writing out the things I want him to say in my letter of recommendation because he was just too busy. And then when I did that, he went over it and made some corrections, and finally gave me something. So if you apply to a lot of schools, just know that it's going to be very hard to get letters of recommendations because, these lecturers or these professors are busy. They are busy with, school engagements. They are busy with teaching. They are also busy with their personal life. And they are busy also with, attending to every other person that needs a letter of recommendation. So one thing that I think that would help you is to, first of all, know the schools you're applying to. If you have a clear understanding of the 7 schools that you're applying to, it is going to help you a lot. It is going to make your job easier because when you go to that professor, you are going to tell this professor, I applied to 7 schools and I just want the same, because it's the same message that they will write. Sometimes it's also good for you to tailor your letter of recommendation to what the school is in need of. For instance, the school, you have researched the school and you discover that the school is mostly looking for this kind of person. So you have to be very careful when you're getting your letters of recommendation, because sometimes you can have a general recommendation letter that can suit all purposes, but always tied to what that school is looking for, because that would up your chances of getting an admission and even scholarship. So my advice would be, get a clear understanding of the schools you're applying to, even if there are 10 schools. Have a list down in your journal, which is what I keep saying, that please have a journal for these study abroad purposes. So when you have written down those schools down and you have researched what each school is looking for, then have those qualities written down and go approach your professors and tell them to write a recommendation letter, but they should include these qualities in that recommendation letter. Also, before going, ensure that you have like a template of a recommendation letter that you feel would be useful, because if your professor doesn't have the time, you can even go ahead to say, oh, I already have a draft. Can you go over this draft and see if it's okay, if there's any adjustment that you need to make, or if it is okay, then you can just print it in your letterheaded paper and sign it, and that would be all. So if you go with that, if you're going with that option to make their lives easier, it will be very easy for you to get your letter of recommendation, because all they have to do is just print or write or type the same letter for 7 universities in the school's letterheaded paper. So it's not going to be challenging. But if someone who you are not even sure of the schools you are going to, this is what will happen to you. The first one, you will go to the professor. Oh, I applied to this school. I need a letter of recommendation from you. They will give you that letter of recommendation. Next 2 months, you apply to another school, you go back to that professor. Oh, I need another letter of recommendation from you. It is going to be tasking because you keep repeating that process. Sometimes it might take you even 3 months to get just one letter of recommendation, which is why you need to understand what you're doing first. At this point, make your research. After making your research, narrow it down to the schools that you want to apply to. so that when you go to meet your professor to say, sir, I need a letter of recommendation for you, you're giving him the list of schools that you need a letter of recommendation from. So it will be easy. So as you're getting one letter of recommendation, you're getting 8 letters of recommendation or 10 letters of recommendations or as many letters of recommendation that you need for your study abroad purposes. It's better that way. And sometimes you might not be sure about a particular school, but you know that at some point you will want to apply to that school. The moment you are going, even if you're not sure of applying to that a particular school, go include that name to that professor so that you can have it. So that when it's time for you to apply, you don't need to start that process again. Trust me, it was tasking for me. It was very tasking for me. And you know the way it is, back home. They don't keep to time. You will wait and wait and wait. They will be attending to other. So it's really tasking. And remember also that some schools will require your professor to actually, fill that letter of recommendation via email. So they'll send a link to your professor and ask them to, say something about you, give a recommendation via that link. That is also very important. See, some of them might not receive that link. Some might receive it and it's in their junk. So your school will now be telling you, oh, we haven't received a letter of recommendation from your professor. You will have to go. I went to the school to now tell him, please check your inbox. They've sent you a mail. They've sent you a link. That's the link that you should use. So with my template, it was just easy to, at some point copy and paste, make some little adjustments. So he had that template. So whenever, I needed anything, I'll just email it. And one thing that will help you in getting your letter of recommendation is maintaining a good relationship with your professor. Even though you have graduated, once in a while, check in. Call them, text them, WhatsApp them. If you have that cordial relationship with your professors via WhatsApp, like some of my professors, we still chat via WhatsApp. I still call them. We still come. They reach out. They follow me on social media. Even the ones here in the United States of America, they are following me on social media. You need to build a relationship with your professor because it will make your letter of recommendation, requirement journey very easy. If you don't have a good relationship with your professors, it's going to be very hard. Even though you already researched the 10 schools you want to apply to and you go to meet that professor, they will stress you. So even though you are in school and you know that at some point you have a study abroad dream, build your relationship when you graduate. The day you graduate or even after graduation, send them text messages. If you know their birthdays, send them happy birthday messages and stuff like that, so that by the time you need such things from them, your name is still registered. You will not be like somebody. Imagine me, I graduated in 2014. That's over 12 years ago, right? About 12 years ago. Is that it? I think 2014, 2020. What am I? I don't know maths again. 6 years ago. So 6 years ago, I graduated, but they know me by name. They still know my first name. They know my last name. They know my GPA. They know everything about me. You want to have such relationships with your professor, and that would definitely help you. The next question. I hope I answered your question, Annie. I took my time to answer this question, which is why my live sessions are very important, because I take time to answer your questions every Saturday. So keep a date and please keep dropping the questions, please. The next question is from Taylor again. Does the ranking of the school help with your visa approval? The ranking of the school doesn't really help with your visa or anything. It is the way and manner you answer your question that actually, would determine if you get the visa or not. Would determine if you get the visa or not. Let's say, for instance, your school is highly ranked number 1, and then they're asking you questions. You cannot even defend yourself. You're not bold, you're not confident, you're fidgeting, you're shaking, you're just disorganized. You will still get denied, even though your school is highly ranked. The ranking of your school is the ranking of your school. The ranking of your school will not give you visa. It is your confidence ranking and the way you are ranked from answering your questions that will get your visa approved. So understand it. Understand it. You're welcome, Annie. Understand it. Understand. Please ask more questions. Ask more questions. Annie, Ruth, Taylor, Kendra, please, I need more questions. More questions. Let's get interactive. So don't think because, oh, maybe your school is ranked number 1, then that's the reason. No, 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 no. Your school is your school. You are you. The person that they are interviewing is you, not the school. Do you understand? Because whether you answer well or not, the school will still remain. Okay, so that's why you need to be confident. You need to know what you're doing. Research a lot about the school and know the key areas. Be able to answer one question in like at least three different ways, so you don't sound fake. Okay. The next question is oh, Ruth, you were not here. I wasn't here for Taylor's answer. What was Taylor's? Oh, for the bank statement, I heard it should be twice. I already answered that question, and I'll just be brief that it doesn't have to be times two, but at least it must be times one of what is stated in your I-20, so that, they know that at least for the first year, you can take care of yourself. So if you have times one of the living expenses or plus the tuition that is stated in your I-20, you're fine. What the most important thing is having a sponsor that has, enough, either, properties, bank statements, and willingness to show that he will support you, affidavit of support, and even going ahead to make an initial deposit. Those are the things that would actually, matter most, because somebody might have like, times two and have not gone ahead to make an initial deposit. So if you already have, like, let's say the first year you need $10,000, assuming, and then the second year you need $10,000, which is $20,000, and you have $20,000 in your bank statement, why didn't you go ahead to make an initial deposit? So an initial deposit made by your sponsor is very key. It shows commitment, and that's what you're looking for. So while you're focused on having, bank sponsor, you need to have two times. Why not focus on, if you have two times, fine, but please also make an initial deposit, even if it's $1,000. For me, I made an initial deposit of $6,000, but you can make an initial deposit of $3,000, $2,000. Just make that initial deposit, and it's going to help you, and have those documents to back up. I also mentioned that when I was talking about the documentations you need for your visa interview. So if you didn't get like the full answer, go rewatch this video and you get all of the answers. So next question. Hi, Points Guy. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. If you're here and you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and give this live video a huge thumbs up if you have been enjoying everything I've been saying so far. Next question. Hello, my name is Max from KE. Where is KE? Is KE Kenya? I applied for nursing and I got accepted in a community college for the spring 2021. I did actuarial science for my diploma. Would that have a problem with me getting the visa? Okay, so you applied for nursing and then you did actuarial science. Is it actuarial or aquarial science? I don't know. For my diploma, would that have a problem with me? So the thing is, most people, when they are coming here, it's not a problem that you want to switch. Maybe you did something, let's say you were in the arts and now you're coming to get a program in the sciences. It's not a problem. That's not the problem. The problem comes when you are unable to explain to them why you actually made that switch. So you need to have your story right. Even your schools, when you're applying to a school and you're applying for a different, like a different course, different from what you had in your, bachelor's or your diploma or your undergrad, you need to be able to state the reason why you're making that shift in your statement of purpose. So you need to have your facts right. You need to have your reasons right. And that is the same thing that you need to have, at the embassy. You need to have that same energy, because, everybody, I've seen people changing jobs, changing careers, changing, degrees. It happens. At some point, you might think, oh, this is what I like, but you now end up, oh, I don't really like programming. I'd rather be, a communicator because I love talking. And so I'd rather go for a program that I love because I want to do what I love. So when they're asking you such questions, you should be ready to explain to them genuinely why you made that switch. So why not aquarial science? I don't know if I'm getting it right, or actuarial science, because that's what I'm seeing. Why nursing? You need to understand that why. Have a good reason, because trust me, for someone like that, they are going to ask you that question. It is not going to mar your chances of getting a visa, but your lack of good reason or anything like that could mar your chances. So switching careers or switching degrees will not affect your chances. What will affect your chances, if you do not have any reason whatsoever, you cannot prove to them that this is actually the reason why I want this versus wanting this. Okay, so that's it. Trick to be nervous on your interview day. Wow. Wow. Trick to be nervous. Trick to not be nervous on your interview days. Guys, if you're here, please keep dropping the questions. I have 8 people watching already. Keep dropping your questions. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And give me a thumbs up. Somebody have not given me a thumbs up. Who's that person? I just got my another thumbs up. Who just gave me a thumbs up? Who's going to give me the next thumbs up? Because we're 8 and I've not seen any, thumbs up again. So the trick, I just got the second one. Oh, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Thank you guys. So the hey Akin, welcome. You have been missing in action, oh. I'll find you in the group. In case you are here and you have not joined my Telegram group, please ensure that you join that group, okay? Can somebody who is in the group drop the group link here so that people can, or you give me a minute, let me just, get the link and share with you guys. And so you can join the group if you haven't already and enjoy. Ruth, I think you're in the group, right? So I just dropped the link to the Telegram group right now. You can click on that link, join the group, and come back here so we can keep on, with our Q&A session. So what are the tricks, to avoid being nervous on your interview day? That's a very good question. It looks like it's stupid, but it's not stupid. It's the most, important questions to ask because, nervousness can make you lose all the answers you already had and, get denied. Okay. Oh, Annie, you're in the group. That's good. So one of the things that you can actually do to avoid being nervous. But one thing is this, you will be nervous. You will be nervous. So don't think that you're going to be 100%, not nervous. You'll be nervous. But one of the things that you can do is practicing in front of a mirror. So practicing in front of a mirror is very important because you'll be seeing yourself, you'll be seeing your eyes. At some point, the reflection in the mirror might even look like, the consular officer. You would see the way you respond to questions, how your face actually, reflects itself. Because at some point, people have like very, unwelcoming face. So when you're in the mirror, you can tell, I have the right answers, but my face is not inviting, it's not welcoming, it's actually very irritating. How can I work around that? So you now start, building your facial look to reflect, positivity and, good vibes. Okay. Because when you're rehearsing in front of the mirror, like right now, I'm looking at a mirror and I see what I'm doing. I can tell that I am looking straight into the mirror. I am not blinking. I'm saying these things that I'm saying in my heart, from my heart. It is not crammed. Why are you going to the University of Alabama at Birmingham? Why not the University of Alabama? I chose the University of Alabama at Birmingham because, first of all, the professors are very vast in the areas of cybersecurity, which is my concentration. And I believe that having professors who know, have so much knowledge in a particular field is, would help me in my career. I also chose the University of Alabama at Birmingham because the students have the opportunity to work with other companies or real life companies to solve real life problems. I want to be able to have such experiences because I never had such experiences while I was in my undergrad. I wasn't, opportune to solve real life problems. And that is very important to me because I want to be able to make a positive impact to the society. Trust me, you will not be able to answer all of these questions. You will not be able to say all of these things before, they ask another question. But the way you are saying it, looking into the mirror, not blinking, looking at the person, that would help boost your confidence, which will in turn, reduce your nervousness. Okay, rehearsal is key. Another thing that can help you also with your interview journey or visa interview is also having a virtual mock interview, which is where I come in. I can help you, have a mock interview with you and then figure out what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and how we can make your wrong, improve on your wrongs or improve on your weaknesses. So that's it, that's it. So you should, since Annie, you are in the group chat, you know what to do. Fill the forms and we're good to go. Okay. The next question is this question is from Is it Annie or Ruth? That was Ruth. I'm sorry. I heard nurses are being denied for no reason. True or false? Well, I can't. I'm not going to lie. um this is the first time I'm hearing that. In my opinion, I would say that, oh, nurses are actually have a better chance right now, but I have not researched this. This is just the first time I'm hearing this, so I think I would have to do a research on that and answer that question in my Telegram group. So join my Telegram group. Ruth, you're already there, but if you're here right now and you're not in that group, join the group so that when I have answers for that, you'll be the first to know. Hey, thank you. Taylor Fola, I heard looking at the voice over forehead. Did I get voice over right? Or the consular officer forehead will seem you are maintaining eye contact, right? You mean looking at the consular officer's eyes? Whoever is interviewing you, whoever, I don't know what's wrong with my English these days, please. Whoever is interviewing you, look at the person eyeball to eyeball, maintain eye contact. And the only way you can do this is, there are two ways you can do this. One is if you're used to public speaking. If you're somebody like me that I'm used to, like I've been doing, I'm an MC, I compare at events, I'm a model, I'm used to, I mentor people back home. So I'm used to talking to crowd, I'm used to talking to people. But even with my experience, I was still nervous because you can never know it all. So if you're used to public speaking, that's one of the ways that you can be able to maintain eye contact. Another way that you can maintain eye contact is always looking into your mirror, rehearsing with a mirror. Rehearsing with a mirror is very important. When I tell you that I have a mirror here, I'm not joking, I have a mirror here. So rehearsing with a mirror is very important because it tells you, I can see myself right now. It looks very, this face is not happy. This face is not, is not welcoming. How can I make it more welcoming? This is welcoming, this is happy, this is inviting, this is a good vibe. So hi, my name is valeenovarah, how are you doing today? Something like this, that is more welcoming. So you need to always rehearse with a mirror to figure out how your face works, and be able to maintain eye contact. And you have to look them in the eyes. Yes, we come from Africa where it's like, oh, very rude if you do that, but for the purposes of this trip, you need to. And please, if you have not watched all my videos about US visa, what to do, what not to do, what to do before your US visa, what to do during your US visa, because I took my time to explain these things in that video. Go watch that video once this live is over, because you will learn a lot. And also watch my video where I talked about my own personal experience, because it will help you. The next question is, okay, Annie was saying she's in the group already. Oh, points, Gee. Thanks, Valine. I'm from Kenya. Yes, it's actuarial science. Wow, actuarial science. That's the first time I'm hearing it. What's actuarial science about? Let me know in the live chat, because I'd like to know actuarial science. Wow, that's, you guys are teaching me. So it's not just me teaching you people. You guys also teach me. I learn from you. So you can actually rewatch this video. What are you talking about? Every live session that I have on Saturdays, I upload them. The moment this live ends, it is going to take a while to process, maybe an hour or less than an hour, in 30 to 1 hour, and then it will be uploaded, and you can rewatch this video as for your whole life. You will have this video. So always refer back to my videos, especially my Saturday videos, because I take my time to answer questions during Saturday live chats. So if you want like a very quick response to, study abroad or like visa interview tips and all of that, watch my videos, like my regular upload videos. But if you want like a detailed answer, watch my live, streams. You will see detailed answer for a particular question, any question related, especially last week and all the Saturdays that I have had a live stream. So utilize that, okay? Um, this is Guy. Once I'm going for the interview, will I use the same bank statements I used to apply for the school 1 month ago, or will need updated ones? If you use, first of all, the question is, did you use the bank statement from your sponsor, or you use your own personal bank statement to apply to the school? Because the bank statement that is expected for you to bring or have at the embassy is the bank statement for your sponsor. Now, if you have a personal bank statement that also has money as well in it, you can go with it. You can go with it. That will just be an addition now document. But if you are going to be having a sponsor, you need to go with your sponsor's bank statement. And if your sponsor's bank statement can take care of you, like you don't have a problem, say money not be problem, you know what I mean? You're good. But if you know that, okay, I still have some money, I still have some dough, us Kenyans, we have money. We have dough, we have chikala. Yes, I want to show them we have money. You can still, carry your own personal document to add to your sponsor's document. But really, if your sponsor has enough, you don't really need to go with your personal document before they will not start asking you why are you still bringing your document or things like that. So yeah, what other questions do we have? I don't think I've not no other question here. Ooh, okay, please ask more questions. We have 10 more minutes, no, 20 more minutes, no, 50. This is 50 minutes. So we have like 10 more minutes. So ask more questions down below. Ask me any question. This is your every Saturday, you have that, opportunity to come here and get live answers one-on-one. It's not like you're writing me an email or anything like that. So yes, second attempts can get approved. And let me tell you something. I know someone who has gone 3 times. It was the third time. Was it even the third time or the fourth time that she got, her visa interview? So approved. So you don't have to think, oh, Ruth, why am I stupid like this? Now I know who is talking. You don't have to think because your first interview didn't go well, so your second will not go well. No. They understand that these things happen. And because that's why they give you another chance to reapply again and come back again. But the mistake that you don't want to repeat is doing the same things that you did the first time that got your visa denied on your second attempt. So you don't want to repeat those things. So you need to ensure that you're prepared well enough. You understand what went wrong in your first interview so that because they will ask you. That's for sure. So if you have gone first time, second time, and you didn't get, they will ask you the reason why you were denied the first time. They will ask you the reason why you were denied the second time. So you must have those responses ready and give genuine responses. What's the chances? The chances are high. The chances are 100. The chances are that it's just like saying somebody maybe failed a course in school and then retook that course. That you retook a course does not mean you will fail the course. It's either you fail it a second time or you pass it and pass it very well. Do you understand? I've seen people who failed, like maybe they failed the course. The next time they have A in that course or they have a B. So that's why there are second chances for these things. Don't think because you got denied the first time, then your chances are low. No, your chances are not low. Your chances are the same as the person who's going the first time. But you just need to know that. And I think to a large extent, you have an edge because you've been there. You know what went wrong. You know what you did right and didn't do right. And you know how to, carry yourself the next, time. Except which is not going to be, because you also need to analyze the whole situation. What did you do right? What didn't you do right? And all of that. But the truth is, don't lose hope. Don't give up on yourself because you were denied the first time or the second time or anything like that. I know someone who went 3 times and finally got it. You just have to be open and positive minded and do your best. Doing your best means rehearsing, analyzing the situation, preparation, research, and then maybe joining my group and booking a session with me where I can actually mentor you and guide you and have like simulate that mock interview session, and then you now leave the rest to God and pray. I've done my best. It is now for you to do the rest. Okay. Okay, good question. I know you asked this question because you saw me doing this. I can't save myself from this. See, so the question from Taylor is, can you use hand gestures during your interview? This one is very hard for me because I gesticulate a lot. Like if I'm talking, oh yeah, this. Guys, so let me, before I answer this question, I'm in trouble. You see this ring that I have here? See, it cannot get out of my hand. I mean, like I'm in serious trouble. And I have this pin here. in my, like this division on my finger. So it's swollen. So if I'm trying to bring it out, I can't, and it's so painful because of this swollen thing here. So I'm in serious trouble right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to take out a ring that is stuck, a, what is it called, a finger ring and things like that. So if you have any suggestions as to how to remove anything like this, please let me know, because I'm in pain. Like throughout yesterday, I was in serious pain, and but I was still replying to messages and all of that. So is it okay to gesticulate? It is okay. Oh, I can use oil. What kind of oil? Olive oil or palm oil? Please, guys, please, just please. I need help, because this thing is so painful. It's so painful. Use oil or soap. Okay, oil or soap. Like if I'm using soap, like I will put soap here and then make it foamy or what. Hey, thank you guys. So I didn't even, I was just like, let me even say it, you know. So please, you guys, I really need help. I really, really need help. Like I really, really need help. It was bad enough that this thing was already paining me. But yesterday I got this thing. So I was like, okay, let me try it on. And the thing just went in. Before I could realize that this is the finger that I have issues with, it was already stuck. Yes, rub soap and water so it will be slippery. Then pull out the ring. Oh, thank you. I will really try it out, and then I'll let you guys know in the Telegram group if it worked. You know, the person that said I should use oil. What oil did you say I should use? Palm oil or olive oil? Oh God, this hand is so painful. So back to your question. Gesticulation is good, but not too good. But if it makes you comfortable, do what makes you comfortable. I don't think they would, um they would sanction you because you're gesticulating. For me, I can't really remember, but I know that I use my hands when I talk. So I can definitely say for sure that there were at least 60% chance that I did do something like this. But again, don't overdo it. Do you understand? Which is why you have to use your mirror and see how you're doing with your hands, okay? And figure out if you're doing too much or it's you're using just the minimum, okay? But if talking like that makes you comfortable, I think anybody will be more interested in having a discussion with somebody who is more relatable versus someone who is just like this, and it can show in your face that you're just not comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, if you don't look comfortable, your responses will not look comfortable as well. They will not look relatable or genuine. But if you are speaking from your heart and you're gesticulating, and if you're that person, then do it, but with caution. Be minimal. Be minimal about it. Olive oil or cooking oil. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll do that. So I've answered that question. Is there any other question that you'd want me to answer for you? Any question? I like the way you people ask me questions this today, like questions about gesticulating, questions about nervousness, questions about just the basic things, question even about change of course. So I really today's Q&A was very different in a way, and I kind of like it because these are questions that we take for granted. We feel like they are nothing, but they are nothing. They are something. That simple question you're thinking is not relevant is relevant. So if you have any question that you think, oh, it's not, is there any need for this? Ask it, because it's better you have somebody discuss that with you than just assuming and doing the wrong thing. All right, so we have 3 more minutes to go, and that will be it for today. If you want to book me, if you want to have a one-on-one session with me, please join the live chat. I'm dropping the link again. Join the Telegram group, and you can have a one-on-one conversation, because the only way you get to see me here on YouTube is via comments. When I upload a video, you comment, but for my Telegram group, you can have a one-on-one conversation with me. And also feel free to send me emails if you're the type that cannot really ask public questions. Use my email. My email is valeenovarah at gmail.com. I'm also vlogging today. Today is going to be Friendsgiving with my friends. So I've already did the intro of the vlog. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to continue the vlog. I'm going to take shower and I'm going to do my makeup. Some of you, I uploaded my video yesterday and everybody was just saying, Valen, you look fine. You look this, you look cute. You people did not even comment on the content of the video. I'm like, the video I uploaded is my horrible roommate experience. These people left horrible roommate experience, so that I was talking about in the video. And they said, wow, Vanny, you are so cute today. You look very fabulous. You look very... Should I tell you when I filmed that video? I filmed that video, actually, it should be maybe May. May. So that's like June, July, August, September, October, November. So that's over 6 months ago. Over 6 months ago. And if you watch the video, you see that my intro in that video is different from the intro I have on this channel, because I had like a second channel before this one, so I've already talked about the reason why that channel is down and stuff like that, so I'm not going to be talking about it. So today I'm going to be vlogging again. And guys, I had some issues with my hard drive. I filmed... If you've seen the video where we talked about the best parts of living in Birmingham, I filmed that video. Then the second part, the video was worst parts of living in Birmingham. So the day I was editing that video, I edited the video. I finished. So I tried to export it. For some reason, my computer just went dead, and I'm like, what's going on? Then I just got the inspiration to redo what I had already done, because I lost it. I just felt bad. So I now started, editing other videos. So I started editing Dating in the USA 1, 2, 3. And then the moment I was done, I just said, let me upload them. So I uploaded them to my YouTube, but they are not public now, they are private. But some days back, I tried to re-edit that worst part of living in Birmingham again. I finished the editing. It was like 30 minutes long video. I finished the editing and I tried to export it again. I don't know what happened. I stepped out. By the time I came back, I think maybe my leg touched my hard drive. The hard drive started making one clicking sound. So my laptop could not detect it. I tried it in my Windows computer. It did not detect it. So I went to Best Buy to explain to them that this is what I'm getting, because that's where I bought it. And they told me that their own computer could not detect it. So that means I've lost all the data and all the content I have on that hard drive. And the content I have on that hard drive are like 8... No, what am I saying? Over 10 different videos. So imagine if I did not upload the Dating in the USA 1, 2, 3 already to YouTube, I would have lost all those efforts. And the most annoying part is that I filmed most of the videos on there. I filmed them with someone. So it means I have to call somebody again, that same person again, to refilm it. And it's going to be very, very hard, because it was hard for me to even get that person to do it the first time. So imagine, even me, I don't feel it. And the energy in that video, my God, in that video is just something else. So I just feel very bad. That's why I missed out this week in uploading on Monday, uploading on Wednesday. I think I only uploaded on Thursday and on Friday, because my usual upload days are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Then I come live on Saturdays. That's 4 days in a week on YouTube, to being consistent. So you guys need to support me. It's not easy. So I don't know. I'm dealing with that. I'm also dealing with graduation, and I'm dealing with my work, my part-time work at the lab, and I'm dealing with other things. So it's not easy, guys. So when I say join my group or give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, that's the least you can do to support me, because it's not easy. But anywho, I think we're done for today. Enough of me ranting and complaining, but I just wanted you guys to know that this is why I wasn't able to upload. So I'm sorry. I hope to be more consistent, as I've always been. And if you have any video ideas, please also don't fail to let me know. Send me an email. These are the video ideas. I would like you to make this kind of videos next. Or comment down below in my videos and say, oh, Valen, can you make this video? If you have a question, ask a question, and then I can make a video and answer that question for you. So thank you guys so much for today. I really enjoyed myself, and I'll see you guys on Saturday in another live chat. What video should we make next week? Please let me know before we leave. I still have 4 persons. What should the video for next week be? Next week, Saturday, can you guys give me a video idea? Because I've talked about the reason for US F1 visa denial. I've talked about all the question and answer for sponsors, question and answer for education, question and answer for work, question and answer for what again? I've answered I answered over 100 questions, on this channel. So we're done with all those questions. I've also answered how to pass your US F1 visa. I've also said the things you should do before, the things you should do during. So what I've also talked about the documents you should go on the day of the visa. And I've also talked about what else. So I've pretty much talked about a lot of things. So, what else should we talk about next week? Can somebody give me an idea? Please, the 4 people watching me right now. Please, 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 please. But if you're not giving me an idea right now, I think I have to go. And I'll see you guys next week. If the idea drops, comment in this video. Comment in any of my videos and tell me, Valin, I think this is the video you should make next week. And the first 2 comments I get, I'll choose one from those 2. So I'll have your video done. So it will be me answering your question next week. So if you find that exciting, then drop your video ideas now or forever remain silent. These people are not nice. Like, wow. Guys, I'm so hungry. I think I have to go. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.